It was a Monday morning. I was going about my business, and I even heard the sirens. But it never occurred to me that there could be a problem.
And when we got to the intersection, we noticed that there was something just out of place. You could feel that it wasn't a normal accident.
Then a few minutes later, I heard another round of sirens. And it even went through my mind, oh, it must be bad. And still, never occurred to me.
The doors had been smashed in to the point where you weren't going to be able to open them.
The police pulled in and told me, that we had to dock.
The first thing that we had noticed was that Tim was deceased. We could tell that pretty quickly. And then we then focused our attention on Sarah.
They can call us from the scene, so the minute that the EMS provider is on the scene, we are at the scene with them.
Being that she was a pediatric trauma patient, we immediately, automatically, all of us know that we need to thank Johns Hopkins Children's Center.
The police officer got a call and said, we really need to go. And he said, it's critical. We need to go.
The ride to the hospital was scary. None of us really knew how it was going to turn out for Sarah.
I assumed we had lost Sarah too, or that I was just going to say goodbye.
I just assured her and held her hand, and I said I promise we were doing absolutely everything that we can for Sarah, and that if any place could save her, it was the Children's Center.
You're terrified. I had just lost my husband, and it was very hard. We were very close.
Within a very short time, we knew that she had had primarily major skull fractures and some neck and brain injuries.
She had a dislocation where her skull connects to her spinal cord.
This is really a very, very serious fracture. Any pressure or any movement of any bone that's loose there had the potential for really causing catastrophic paralysis.
There had been, just, a few dozen documented cases of people surviving this injury.
About a week later or so, surgical plates and screws were placed in to these loose fragments to fix them to both the base of the skull and to the neck.
Everyone at Hopkins was just fabulous about holding our hand and getting us through it. I don't know what I would have done without them.
The result was wonderful.
I went in that day and leaned over and was like, hi Sarah, it's Mommy. Can you say hi, Mom? And she just mouthed hi. And so that was the real turning point for us.
I remember playing bingo, but I had to sit up to do it, and so apparently I really wanted to play bingo.
And I can't say enough about the nurses.
There was this nurse, and we'd watch, I just remember watching movies. A few nights I'd watch Hannah Montana the movie repeatedly. I watched it 5 times in a row, just not stopping.
The first day when she came home, it was awesome to see her coming home with the halo, riding in the car and being home with all the family for Thanksgiving.
But she worked so hard to come back. I think that the loss of her father was so overwhelming that whatever happened physically to her didn't even matter to her.
And I was on my tippy toes game.
She's pretty much back to normal now. Doing everything she can do and playing and everything like she used to.
I'm feeling great.
I think Johns Hopkins Children's Center had a lot to do with that, and I don't think that she'd be where she is today without them.
No, you skipped me.
Looking back a year ago, it was hard to sort of believe at that point that this would be the outcome and that she's really recovered so amazingly.
I would definitely have to say that Johns Hopkins Children's Center is amazing.
If it had not been for a facility the caliber of Johns Hopkins Children's Center, I don't know where we would be right now. And I am so grateful to everyone there.
Well, the doctors are great, and they're just so nice, and they're really good. I don't know how much training they went through, but they are really good. And look how I am now.
I am so grateful to all of them for giving me my girl back.